Welcome to our Sunday celebration, where we honor and remember those who have recently passed, as well as those who have left us in the past few years. This week, we'll not only reflect on their incredible lives and impact, but also share some unfortunate news about Stephanie Varker. Join us as we discuss this sad development and continue celebrating the legacies of remarkable individuals through heartfelt tributes and cherished memories. Subscribe to stay connected and be part of our community, keeping these inspiring stories alive and resonant. John Rodriguez, better known by his ring name Johnny Rods, was a legendary professional wrestler hailing from New York City. Nicknamed the Unpredictable for his dynamic and fast-paced in-ring style, Rods built a career that spanned several decades and earned him respect among fans and peers alike. He competed against some of wrestling's biggest stars, including Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper, cementing his place in wrestling history. One of the highlights of Rod's career came in the early 1980s during a fierce rivalry with a young Hulk Hogan. At that time, Rods was a seasoned veteran, while Hogan was still rising to stardom. Their matches were intense and showcased Rod's technical skill, resilience, and unpredictability. Though Hogan ultimately gained the upper hand, the rivalry helped propel Hogan into wrestling superstardom, while Rods earned admiration for his toughness and experience. Before joining the WWF, now WWE, Johnny Rods competed in various regional promotions, captivating audiences with his unique style and engaging personality. Beyond his own accomplishments in the ring, Rods made a lasting impact as a dedicated trainer and mentor, guiding countless younger wrestlers as they launched their careers. His commitment to the sport extended well past his active wrestling years. Later in life, Rods faced a serious health challenge, a silent heart attack that left him with only 15% heart function. Despite this setback, he remained involved in wrestling, sharing his passion and knowledge with the community. Unlike many of his peers who struggled with substance issues, Rods was known for his healthier lifestyle and resilience. Honored as a WWE Hall of Famer, Johnny Rods' legacy endures as a symbol of dedication, skill, and perseverance in professional wrestling. His contributions continue to inspire generations of wrestlers and fans worldwide. Bushwhacker Butch, born Robert Miller on October 21, 1944, in Auckland, New Zealand, was a cherished professional wrestler, best known as one half of the legendary tag team, the Bushwhackers. Alongside his longtime partner Luke Williams, Butch captivated wrestling fans throughout the late 1980s and 1990s with their unique blend of humor, energy, and unforgettable antics in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Before their fame as the Bushwhackers, Butch enjoyed a successful career wrestling across New Zealand and Australia. In the 1970s, he and Luke formed a partnership known initially as the Sheepherders, gaining attention for their hard-hitting and aggressive wrestling style. This fierce approach earned them a devoted fanbase, setting the stage for a dramatic transformation. The Bushwhackers' shift to a more playful and comedic style revolutionized their careers. Their exaggerated gestures, wild hair, and iconic marching entrance became instantly recognizable and beloved by audiences. Their entertaining, light-hearted demeanor made them stand out in the tag team division and endeared them to fans of all ages. Throughout their WWF tenure, Butch and Luke participated in many memorable matches and rivalries, consistently showcasing their charisma and passion for entertaining. Their ability to blend athleticism with humor helped broaden the appeal of tag team wrestling during their era. Butch Miller remained involved in wrestling for many years, inspiring future generations with his dedication and infectious spirit. He, at the age of 78, leaving behind a rich legacy as a pioneer of tag team wrestling entertainment. Today, the Bushwhackers are fondly remembered as icons of fun and excitement in professional wrestling, with Butch's contributions continuing to bring smiles and joy to fans worldwide. Adnan Al-Kaissie, born on March 1, 1939, was a pioneering Iraqi-American professional wrestler and manager, known for his various ring personas, including Sheikh Adnan Al-Kaissie, Billy White Wolf, and General Adnan. His career is marked by several historic moments that helped pave the way for Arab representation in professional wrestling. One of the most remarkable highlights of Al-Kaissie's career occurred in 1971, when he defeated the legendary Andre the Giant at Baghdad's Al-Shab Stadium. This event was not only a significant wrestling moment, but also carried political weight, as it was arranged through his high school friendship with Saddam Hussein, a rising figure in Iraq's Ba'ath Party at the time. Al-Kaissie gained wider fame in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he enjoyed notable success. He won the WWF World Tag Team Championship alongside Chief Jay Strongbow, solidifying his status as a top competitor in the wrestling world. His career then took him to the American Wrestling Association, AWA, in the early 1980s, where he continued to display his wrestling prowess and charismatic presence. In 1990, Al-Kaissie returned to the now renamed World Wrestling Federation, WWF, later WWE, as General Adnan, managing Sergeant Slaughter during a politically charged storyline. He participated in a memorable handicap match at SummerSlam 1991, teaming with Sergeant Slaughter and Colonel Mustafa against Hulk Hogan and The Ultimate Warrior, with Sid Justice serving as special guest referee. Adnan Al-Kaissie holds the distinction of being the first Iraqi and Arab wrestler to compete in a WWF/WWE ring. He leaving behind a significant legacy as a trailblazer who broke cultural barriers and made a lasting impact on professional wrestling. Matthew Anoa'i, better known by his ring name Rosey, was born on April 7, 1970, into the legendary Anoa'i wrestling family, a dynasty that produced some of wrestling's biggest stars, including his brother Roman Reigns and cousin Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rosey began his professional wrestling journey in the mid-1990s, competing in independent promotions before moving on to World Championship Wrestling, WCW. There, he formed the tag team the Samoan Gangster Party with his cousin Jamal, who later gained fame as Umaga. Rosey's career took a major turn when he signed with World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, in 2002. WWE paired him with another cousin, Hurricane Shane Helms, forming the comedic superhero tag team known as the Superheroes. This pairing allowed Rosey to showcase not only his athletic abilities, but also his vibrant charisma and comedic timing. Fans loved his goofy, lovable persona that brought humor and light-hearted moments to WWE storylines, making him a memorable entertainer during his tenure. After leaving WWE, Rosey remained active in the wrestling world through the independent circuit and transitioned into coaching and training aspiring wrestlers. His dedication to the sport extended beyond performing, as he worked to help nurture the next generation of talent. Tragically, Rosey at the age of 47. The cause of his was congestive heart failure, a condition where the heart is unable to pump blood effectively, leading to fluid buildup and eventual cardiac arrest. Heart failure is often caused by underlying issues such as coronary artery disease, high blood pressure, or cardiomyopathy. In Rosey's case, the physical demands and strain from years of professional wrestling likely contributed to his heart problems. Despite his untimely, Rosey is fondly remembered for his contributions to professional wrestling, his infectious personality, and the legacy he carried as part of the renowned Anoa'i family. His work in the ring and behind the scenes continues to inspire fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Bray Wyatt, born Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda on May 23, 1987 in Brooksville, Florida, was a uniquely charismatic professional wrestler celebrated for his creativity and storytelling in WWE. Coming from a wrestling family, his father Mike Rotunda, IRS, and grandfather Blackjack Mulligan were both wrestlers. Wyatt forged his own path with eerie, enigmatic characters that captivated fans worldwide. Starting his career in WWE's developmental Florida Championship Wrestling as Husky Harris, Wyatt's true breakthrough came with the creation of his cult leader persona, Bray Wyatt. Leading the Wyatt family, alongside Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Brody Lee, and later Braun Strowman, he brought a mix of Southern Gothic horror and psychological mind games to WWE. The group became known for their haunting promos, intense matches, and Wyatt's iconic lantern-lit entrances and catchphrases like "Follow the Buzzards." In 2019, Wyatt transformed his character with The Fiend, a darker, more sinister alter ego featuring a grotesque mask and a brutal in-ring style. The Fiend became an instant sensation, producing some of WWE's most memorable and talked-about moments. Wyatt's ability to blur reality and fiction made his storytelling both compelling and unpredictable. Throughout his career, Wyatt won major titles, including the WWE Championship and Universal Championship, earning a devoted fan base. Tragically, he, at just 36 years old, marking a heartbreaking loss for wrestling. His legacy endures through the unforgettable characters he created and the profound influence he had on the art of professional wrestling storytelling. Eddie Graham, born Edward Josiah Graham on November 15, 1930, in Tampa, Florida, was a monumental figure in professional wrestling history. Renowned not only for his in-ring skills, but also for his sharp intellect and vision behind the scenes, Graham left a lasting mark as both a wrestler and a promoter. He first gained recognition in the 1950s and 1960s, competing across various regional promotions throughout the United States. Yet, it was as the head of Championship Wrestling from Florida, CWF, that his true influence emerged. As a promoter and booker, Graham was instrumental in shaping the golden era of wrestling in Florida. Under his leadership, CWF became one of the most respected territories in the wrestling world. His keen understanding of storytelling, character development, and booking helped launch and elevate the careers of iconic stars like Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, and Barry Windham. Eddie Graham was praised for crafting compelling rivalries and nurturing talent, ensuring his promotion remained a powerhouse for nearly 2 decades. Tragically, Eddie Graham, from multiple gunshot wounds in an apparent suicide. His sudden shocked the wrestling community as he was regarded as a mentor and respected figure throughout the industry. His passing underscored the mental health struggles that often go unseen in the wrestling world, bringing attention to the pressures faced by those within the business. Despite the tragedy of Eddie Graham's legacy endures. His contributions as a promoter and creative force played a key role in shaping professional wrestling's golden age, especially in Florida. The impact of his work continues to be felt today, inspiring generations of wrestlers and promoters alike. Graham remains celebrated as one of wrestling's greatest minds and a pioneer who forever influenced the sport's evolution. Jorge Gonzalez, born on January 31, 1966, in Carlos Pellegrini, Argentina, was a towering figure in both professional wrestling and basketball. Standing an incredible 7 feet 7 inches tall, Gonzalez remains one of the tallest wrestlers in the history of the sport. Before entering the wrestling world, he played professional basketball in Argentina, showcasing his athleticism on the court. Transitioning to wrestling in the late 1980s, Gonzalez quickly caught the eye of promoters due to his extraordinary size and agility. He debuted in various wrestling promotions before joining the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in 1993, where he performed under the ring name Giant Gonzalez. His sheer presence made him an unforgettable character in the wrestling world. One of his most notable moments was a high-profile feud with The Undertaker, climaxing in a match at WrestleMania 9 that remains memorable to fans for its dramatic storytelling and the contrast between Gonzalez's towering frame and The Undertaker's dark persona. Gonzalez later wrestled for World Championship Wrestling, WCW, continuing to face some of the industry's biggest stars. Despite his size advantage, his wrestling style was often limited by his towering frame, and injuries plagued much of his career, affecting his in-ring performance and longevity. After retiring from wrestling, Gonzalez faced numerous health challenges, many related to the complications of his exceptional height, sadly, at just 44 years old. Though his wrestling career was relatively brief and marked by physical challenges, Jorge Gonzalez left an indelible mark on the sport. He is remembered not only for his extraordinary stature, but also for the unique impact he made as a larger-than-life competitor who brought something truly distinct to the world of professional wrestling. Ana Stephanie Vaca Gonzalez, better known simply as Stephanie Vaca in the wrestling world, has carved out an inspiring path from the streets of San Fernando, Chile, to the bright lights of WWE's NXT brand. Born on March 29, 1993, Whacker's journey is a testament to resilience, passion, and breaking barriers, both cultural and professional. Her story resonates not just with wrestling fans, but anyone who has had to fight hard to follow their dreams in an environment where the odds were stacked against them. Early life and wrestling roots in Chile. Growing up in Chile, Stephanie Whacker's early years were marked by a natural affinity for sports and physical competition. Chile, while rich in cultural traditions and football enthusiasm, did not have a strong or well-developed professional wrestling scene, especially for women. Wrestling was largely seen as a male-dominated spectacle, and opportunities for female wrestlers were scarce. Despite these challenges, Whacker's passion for the squared circle burned brightly. She admired the legends of lucha libre and global wrestling icons, dreaming of a career where she could combine athleticism, storytelling, and fierce determination. Starting training at a young age, she sought to develop a style that would allow her to overcome her relatively small stature, standing at 1.6 meters, about 5 feet 3 inches, and weighing around 50 kilograms, 110 pounds, by using speed, agility, and technique. Whacker's training journey was as diverse as it was demanding. She sought out some of the most respected mentors in wrestling, crossing borders and styles. Her coaches included Mexican legends such as Ricky Marvin and Ultimo Guerrero, who taught her the art of lucha libre, characterized by acrobatics, speed, and high-flying maneuvers. From Gran Apache and Villano 4, she absorbed the storytelling and technical nuances crucial to Mexican wrestling traditions. To round out her skill set, Whacker also trained under Paul Slandering, who helped her incorporate elements of Japanese wrestling, known for its hard strikes and strong style. This blend of influences formed the foundation of Whacker's unique in-ring persona, a fast, dynamic competitor with a blend of grit, athleticism, and heart. The Long Road, debut in wrestling across the Americas and Asia. Stephanie Whacker made her official professional debut in February 2009 at just 15 years old. Her early career was marked by determination and perseverance, often wrestling in local promotions in Chile and then Mexico, where the wrestling culture was more established. Despite the challenges of being a young woman in a largely male-dominated industry, Whacker's talent quickly caught attention. She proved herself in Mexico's independent circuit, taking on more experienced opponents and steadily refining her craft. Her ambition then led her to Japan, a crucible for wrestlers seeking to elevate their craft to the highest level.
Wrestling in Japan's competitive scene allowed Whacker to test herself against some of the world's best female talent, learn new techniques, and develop the mental toughness necessary to compete internationally. These experiences broadened her wrestling horizons and enhanced her reputation as a well-rounded and formidable competitor. Catching WWE's eye? The path to NXT WWE's growing global expansion meant that scouting talent from diverse regions became a priority, and Stephanie Whacker's cross-continental experience made her an appealing prospect. Her polished in-ring ability, combined with her international appeal and compelling presence, led WWE to sign her to their developmental brand, NXT. This was a major breakthrough not only for Whacker, but also for Chilean wrestling, which had never before seen one of its own rise to such a high-profile platform. Upon arriving at NXT, Whacker immediately demonstrated why she was worth the investment.
She quickly adapted to WWE's style, which emphasizes storytelling and entertainment alongside wrestling ability.
Unlike many newcomers, she wasn't pigeonholed into a stereotypical role. Instead, Whacker was given opportunities to showcase her technical prowess, speed, and intense fighting spirit, winning over fans with every match. A meteoric rise, championship glory in NXT. Stephanie Whacker's rise in NXT was nothing short of meteoric. She gained momentum through hard-fought matches and steadily built her character, a tenacious underdog who refused to be underestimated. By early 2025, Whacker was firmly established among the top contenders in the women's division. The defining moment came on April 28, 2025, when Stephanie Whacker won the NXT Women's Championship. This victory was historic on many fronts. For Varka personally, it represented years of relentless work and sacrifice paying off in the most prestigious way possible. For Chilean wrestling, it was a breakthrough moment that put the country on the global wrestling map. And for WWE, it was a confirmation that investing in diverse international talent could produce fresh stars who bring new energy and fan bases to the product. Varka's championship reign was celebrated as a symbol of perseverance and international representation. It demonstrated how WWE's vision of a truly global brand was becoming a reality. Stand and Deliver 2025, a defining title. Defense. One of the most critical tests of Varka's championship reign came at NXT Stand and Deliver 2025, where she was booked to defend her title in a high-stakes fatal four-way match. The opponents were some of the fiercest competitors in the women's division. Giulia, the Japanese-Italian powerhouse who was fresh off an acclaimed run in Stardom, Japan's top women's promotion. Known for a no-nonsense, brutal style, Giulia was a formidable threat. Jordynne Grace. A powerhouse from the US and former Impact Wrestling standout, Grace combined strength, speed, and agility, making her a versatile and tough competitor. Jaida Parker. A breakout NXT star known for her technical skill and charisma, Parker represented the new wave of rising talent with a growing fan base. The match was an electrifying display of endurance, skill, and strategy. Varka's performance was praised as one of her best, showcasing not just athletic ability, but also mental toughness and tactical awareness. She successfully retained the NXT Women's Championship, solidifying her reputation as a fighting champion and elevating the prestige of the title. Fans and critics hailed the bout as a Match of the Year contender, cementing Stephanie Varka as a cornerstone of the NXT Women's division. Behind the scenes, challenges and rumors. Despite her in-ring success and rising popularity, Stephanie Varka's journey in WWE has not been without obstacles, particularly behind the scenes. Reports and rumors have emerged about tension and challenges that threaten to complicate her already impressive reign. Locker room dynamics and tension. One of the main sources of backstage friction reportedly stems from the rapid speed at which Varka ascended the NXT ranks. While her international credentials and in-ring skill made her an attractive candidate for a title push, some homegrown NXT talents have felt overshadowed. These veterans, who have spent years grinding and proving themselves within the developmental system, allegedly harbor resentment about Varka's swift promotion. Although no overt confrontations have been documented, insiders say the locker room atmosphere has cooled around Varka. Some wrestlers have distanced themselves, leaving her with a smaller circle of allies, including notable friends like Roxanne Perez and Blair Davenport. This social isolation can be taxing in a close-knit environment, potentially impacting morale and mental well-being. Creative disagreements and storyline struggles. Further complicating matters are creative disagreements between Stephanie Varka and the NXT writing team. Varka, who takes great pride in her athletic identity, reportedly pushed back against storylines that she felt undermined her character or relegated her to gimmicky comedic roles. She's expressed a preference for serious, sports-driven feuds that highlight her skills and toughness, rather than purely entertainment-based angles. One flashpoint was early plans to have Varka drop the title soon after Stand and Deliver, particularly to Jaida Parker. Varka voiced concerns that such a quick loss could damage her credibility, both within WWE and in international markets where her reputation is growing. Negotiations led to a compromise, allowing her a longer title reign, but creative tensions linger. Contract concerns and external interest. Adding a layer of complexity is the reported interest from other wrestling promotions like AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Although Varka is currently under contract with WWE, whispers of a potential bidding war have surfaced. These rumors suggest that Varka's camp may be leveraging external interest to secure better creative opportunities, bigger matches, and an eventual promotion to WWE's main roster. WWE is reportedly invested in retaining Varka due to her marketability, especially in Latin America and her growing global fan base. However, mishandling her push or ignoring her creative input could risk losing her to a competitor when her contract is up. Public perception, social media, and fan reaction. Stephanie Vaker's rise has generated a mixed but passionate reaction among fans. Many celebrate her as a groundbreaking figure, applauding her for breaking into the upper echelons of a traditionally North American and European-centric industry. Her trailblazing role for Latin American women wrestlers is widely praised. However, she has also faced criticism, especially on social media, from skeptics questioning the organic nature of her rise. Some critics allege her push is more about fulfilling diversity quotas than merit, though these claims ignore Vaker's undeniable in-ring skill and hard work. Vaker has handled this scrutiny with grace and professionalism, often responding to detractors with dignity and focusing on her wrestling. This maturity has earned her respect from fellow wrestlers and fans alike. The road ahead, legacy, and future prospects. Stephanie Vaker's immediate future in WWE looks promising, but remains fraught with challenges. She is being positioned as a foundational pillar of the NXT Women's division, with potential marquee feuds against names like Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton on the horizon. These rivalries promise to showcase her athleticism and deepen her character work, expanding her influence within WWE. Yet, how WWE navigates the backstage dynamics, creative disagreements, and contract negotiations will be critical to her long-term legacy. If managed well, Vaker could become one of the defining NXT Women's Champions, a symbol of international diversity, athletic excellence, and fierce determination. Her story is far from over. Stephanie Vaker remains above all a fighter, in the ring and beyond. As she continues to overcome cultural and professional obstacles, she inspires a new generation of wrestlers from Latin America and around the world to dream bigger and fight harder.